What's up, guys? And this is another episode of the MMO show. Now, this week we're going to talk about something pretty cool where I give you a backdrop of Secret World. And what we're going to talk about this week, if you probably already saw in the title, is what exactly the definition of pay to win is. Now, I'm going to go through a few things. It's not going to be everything. I'm not going to touch on everything, but it's kind of to give you a gist of it because I'm really tired of people just putting everything like, oh, look at this, it's pay to win, and then it's not. So we're just gonna go through what exactly is pay to win, and then what I don't think is pay to win. I'm not gonna get every single thing in the world, but I'm gonna get a lot of it. So the first thing I want to talk about is buying gear of any time in a store that gives you some type of power is pay to win. You should not be able to buy any gear. Period. Nothing. Now, stuff that's on actual outfits, I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But gear, no, it should not be in the shop. You should not be buying golden guns. You should not be buying anything that is pay to win and stupid. And any game that does it is completely foolish, including the browser games that do it. So, it just is what it is, and that's all I can really tell you about that. So, the next thing that we want to talk about is buying a class of any kind. Unless it's expansion based. I'm gonna talk about expansion based in a second, but a class of any kind, like that means like if I'm playing like this like shotgun class right now and I can go into the game and say, hey, I don't want to grind, I'm gonna buy this katana class, pay to win. No, not supposed to happen. Like, let people earn it, give them a chance to earn it. That's what we used to do in the old days. Let us do it now. So the next thing that I actually want to talk about, we come down here because I have a whole little list here. This I'm not talking off my head in this one. This is just a straight list that I wrote down. Special sets and cosmetics that have stats that push the course of battle. Now there's a two sides to this coin. Now this is the first side. This is the overpowered side. If you can buy a set in battle that makes you absorbently stronger, like let's say if you're like level 10 and you buy this set, then all of a sudden you're level 30, pay to win. That's too much. Because that, like, you just over imbalance the game all the way around, and that's really not fair to the people who can't do stuff like that. I understand you want to give people benefit for paying, but that's too much of a benefit. It's way too much. That can't happen. It has to be modest, not super just going crazy where you just blow away half the content in the game because you got a gear set. That's no, you can't do that. Next thing I want to talk about is buying levels in any way is pay to win. You should never be able to buy your way to a level, and it should never work as if, okay, I got, let's say in the browser game, because browser games are highly guilty of this. Let's say 1,000 gold and you can buy 1,000 EXP like coins or whatever else, and when you do that you automatically level because you have that 1,000 gold. You should never be able to buy level. That's like buying content. Like, you should never be able to buy levels at all. That's too much. Shouldn't happen. And companies know that, but they want to make buying things attractive. So that's where the pay to win comes in, and that is pay to win. Influencing trade skills in any way by buying something is pay to win. Because most trade skills in the games actually influence leveling, influence power, and it's just a sideways way of doing it. Now, I will say that things that, like, if you get trade skills, now, see, when I say influencing trade skills, I mean, like, if you can buy resources for trade skills, that's pay to win. Not EXP for leveling trade skills. That's something different. I don't have a problem with that because that's kind of like a time thing. And if a person could just play the game naturally, like if somebody has time to play like 20 hours a day, they can pretty much overwrite that for free. So I don't really have a mind like for that, but it should never be a point where you can just buy resources and all of a sudden you just like super uber and trade skills. Nah, pay to win. So next thing I want to go on to is paying for anything and collection based game is pay to win. And what I mean by collections based game, something like, see, Heroes, like not Heroes of the Storm, the card games. You know, any of the card games, any of the Hearthstone or anything like that. If I can buy an overpowered card, like just straight up, that's cheap. It needs to be random. It gotta be random. But see, that in itself is still a problem too. I still have a problem with that, even if random. If you can spend if you can throw $1,000 at a random generated card system, you're still going to be paying to win, because you can override the random generated card system, because it's going to give you eventually the cards that you need. If you're throwing $1,000 at it, it's like in the lotto of buying 1,000 tickets, and there's only a set number of numbers that it can possibly be. If you have 100 cards in the system and it's RNG and you throw $1,000 and you get 1,000 tries at that 100 card system, you're gonna get the card eventually. If you don't get the card, then people run on forums like, oh my god, look at this. Like, it has to be some type of way they can get that card. It should not ever be that you could buy any type of anything in the collection system type of game. It's just not right at all, and that is pay to win. Alright, paying for stats that gains that, like, see, here's the thing. Let me say this differently because I didn't write it down properly. Paying for stats in any way that somebody else can't do in game is not right. So what I mean by that is, if you can go in and say, okay, if I am VIP 10, I automatically get 10 extra stat points, because there's games that do that. There is games that do that, and the other people who are just normal, who are stuck at like VIP 1 or 2 and never going to spend any type of money towards anything else like that, maybe they will for like something else, something like that, but if they never reach VIP 9, 10 or whatever else like that. This is definitely the case in browser games. I've seen it happen though in a few games of this type of caliber, but not too many, maybe like 1 or 2. But if you can actually get something like premium VIP and you get extra stats that somebody else cannot get freely, that is pay to win and not fair. So with that said, that's some of the instances of pay to win that maybe people aren't really that aware of, but it really is. It's just not fair. You should definitely think about that. So we're going to now talk about things. Here we go. Let me go down to here. Talk about things that are not pay to win that people say are pay to win, which is just really stupid when you think about it at the end of the day, but they're not pay to win. Games that have experience boosters. The reason why this is not pay to win, because people, you have those guys who are going to be tryhards. Like, look at me, I'm level 100 after like 10 hours and I got world first. Yay, look at me. Now you can't raid because half the game can't catch you. Like, so just stand there by yourself at the like whatever city or town or whatever node is at the level 100, and like you're the cool cat right there, but nobody else is there because everybody else is not going to go crazy like that, or they just don't care to do that. So I don't really care about experience boosters, because at the end of the day, everybody's standing at the same point and doing the same damn thing. Does not matter. So my next thing that I would like to go on is games that allow easy clothes or to be purchased or stuff like that. Why the hell, like, people get mad at stuff like that and call it pay to win, where you can just buy clothes? Let them buy clothes. Who cares? They're paying the bills. Let them do it. It's fine. Don't get mad. Let them pay your bills. At least they're not buying stats. At least they're not buying armor. That, like, just let them do that. I see people get mad all the time. Like, look at this pay to win to get this outfit. They do that in Blade and Soul. Like, look at it, we paid to get extra boxes, and now we got the outfit. I don't got the outfit. Who the hell cares? It's an outfit. It's like, for free, you get, generally, it's like 50 outfits for free right now. That, or have been for free, that either are free or have been free. 50. Over 50, and there's probably more now. So there's I'm not gonna stress because somebody gets the extra chance at some outfit that I probably won't wear anyway. So it doesn't matter. See, this is the other side of the coin. The next thing I'm gonna talk about: items with stats so low it doesn't matter if you have it. This is something in Black Desert that pisses me off, because people get mad at the outfits that are level, or that are $30. I still think one thing I get mad at is how much money it costs. I don't think it's worth that much money, but those stats are so low that by the time you get somebody same level maxed out at 50 or something like that, or 55 or 60 with that outfit on, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because both people are going to be, it's like two people who have a rocket launcher based at each other, and let's say one rocket launcher has like, hey look, this rocket launcher has like an extra little pistol shot right there, so they're going to hit you with a rocket and like a bullet too. Who cares? You're still gonna die. It's still gonna be a big old fight, and that one little stat damage is not gonna be anything. So I really don't care about that. To be honest with you, it doesn't mean anything. Who's PvPing at level 20? because that's when that stuff when it matters. Are you PvPing at 20? I didn't PvP anybody at 20. I didn't even see anybody duel at 20. So it don't matter, to be honest with you. 40, it doesn't matter. 30, it doesn't matter. 50, it hell no doesn't matter. And by the time you get to that point where it does matter, nobody cares about those stats. Those stats aren't going to save you. So people need to really shut the hell up about it, because this is really not doing anything to make anybody any more crazier. And then it's not a DPS race game, so come on, be quiet. So the next thing up, games with Autobots that are VIP gated. That's not, like, I really don't care about that either. Especially, again, this is type of a browser type thing, but it does happen in these games as well. If they have a bot that kicks in, or you get something extra automated, you can still do it. As long as you're still able to do the same thing that the bot would do, doesn't matter. Don't care. It's fine. They can do whatever they want. Hey, it's all good. Just don't worry about it. So the next thing that I actually would like to go to, which is the last, is the early access packs. The early access packs are not that big of a deal. They're like, it doesn't matter. Like, so what, somebody gets to get in and play with you. It's the same thing like the dudes who go all the way up to the max level and still be sitting there waiting for you. The same thing are going to happen with the early access packs. They're going to be waiting for you. They're going to be sitting there and not doing anything any more different than you. Sometimes like they get a little extra coins or something like that. I really don't care about that, because somebody has to pay the bill. So let certain things go. That's not pay to win. Let them go run. Let them have fun. You want to pay $500 and get some extra coins or something like that, get some outfits, get some slots, let them. Like, the company has to make some type of money, so certain things we have to actually allow, like, let stuff like that ride. But all the rest of the stuff, nah, like buying gear and all that type of stuff, that doesn't need to ride. So I hope I enlighten you a little bit and stop having like this, like, I don't know if it's kids or people trolling or whatever else, but certain things are not pay to win and certain things are. And it's like people aren't paying attention to the stuff that is, and then they're paying attention to the stuff that isn't. So is what it is. You guys be legendary. That's all I really have for you for this week. It was something heavy on my heart. I didn't want to wait to a Monday conversation, because I'm actually running the Monday conversation, so I decided to do it now with the MMO show. Make it more sense to do it like that just for this week. And next week we're going to be back to doing like top games and stuff like that. So I'll catch you guys next video, and peace. I'd like to thank everybody for 10k subs. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. And if you liked what you saw in this video, please click the top right to click more of my videos, or click the bottom right to subscribe to the channel. Once again, one love, peace, and I will see you next video.